Hello everybody, welcome back to Winda Games. Before I say anything else, I just want to say thank you for watching. So I'm finally playing through Resident Evil 2 and my own sort of speed run. Now when I say speed run, this isn't anything close to a world record. As a matter of fact, if you know how fast some people can run this game, it's not really impressive at all. However, I just really like this game and I've really played it a lot and I kept playing it faster and faster to see how fast I can go, specifically on hardcore mode. So I've developed my own sort of fake or pretend speed run. And I talk about it all the time on Twitter, and there are a bunch of people who say that they would like to see me run through it, so this is that. In the future, I plan to do this on live streams for this game, for both this game and Resident Evil 8. So what I'm going to do here is kind of talk through my strategy with it so that some things will make more sense whenever you watch the live. And also, if you're interested in getting an S plus rank on hardcore in Resident Evil 2, then hopefully this guide will work for you because it seems pretty effective and sturdy to me. So without further ado, this is also the third time that I've sat down to record this because every time my recording stops for some technical reason. So I am currently watching the recording steadfast, and if anything goes out, I will try to catch it quick enough. But if there's like a jump anywhere in this, I'll probably explain, but that's what it was. So, again, fingers crossed that doesn't happen, but I'm trying to keep an eye on it so I can pick back up if it does. This will be a no save run. There will be no saves. There will be no deaths. If something happens where I take a lot of damage, I'm not going to restart. I'll just deal with it and keep rolling. And I'll go ahead and say my goal time is 1 hour and 40 minutes. I have no idea what this is going to come out to, but that is my goal. My record, I believe, on Leon A Hardcore is 1 hour 36 minutes. So if we can hit 1 hour 40, I'm good. But without further ado, let's go ahead and get into it. And again, thank you for watching. So, recording. Looks like it's holding itself together for now. So we're going to go new game. Leon, we're going to go hardcore. Yes, I'm sure. It's interesting with hardcore. So obviously it's harder to kill the enemies. There's not as much ammo. And the big difference you're going to see right off the bat is there is not nearly as many, what do you call them? The pouch pickups, the hit pouches that increase your inventory. As a matter of fact, we will only be picking up 1 throughout the entire game. But as you're going to see, that's still more than we're going to need. Well, I say this as if I'm assuming everything's going to go well, and it rarely does. So, whatever. Go ahead and skip through these cutscenes. And again, just watching that computer because it's got me paranoid now. I always pause right here because if you can see that spinning circle in the top left, it's loading. And I've ran this part too fast. Oh, also, I'm just playing on an Xbox One. No Series X or anything like that, and that's going to matter for some parts coming up in a bit, but I'll explain as we get to them. But sometimes on the Xbox One, you can run so fast here that you freeze it and then lose some time. And also, for those who don't know, if you look in the top right corner, you can see a timer that says 00. So whenever I pause and I'm like, oh, well, as you can see, we're at this time. That's the clock I'm looking at. It just counts in-game time, and that's the clock that I'm using to count the speed run, so to speak. But now, looks like we're good to go, so let's get into it. Something sad. My last recording got to right there, and then I'm going to pause so I can say it. As you can see, it's up to 6 seconds now because I was moving for 6 seconds. My last recording got to that spot and froze, and I didn't realize it. So I just like went through half the game and it was still in this convenient mart. So anyway, sad times for me. So just run through here. Guys bleeding out. We do not care.
Don't move.
Keep running. And then on hardcore, what we do, because they won't always stumble on first shot, you run back here, grab the key, and then he'll run into the wall, and then we run past. You don't want to be too early or too late on that. Use the key. And then it doesn't matter when you do this, but I'll go ahead and discard it. And then we just run this route. We turn. And then we don't have to move any forward because Claire comes to the door without our intervention, and then we can skip. Another thing to note that's going to be important later, the timer stops whenever I hit pause, but it does not stop if you're on the map or inventory menu. So if you ever want to save time, you better hit pause, because inventory or spending time in a box or something like that still counts. Which makes sense. People could just sit there and dabble with their inventory and, you know, keep the clock from running. So this part's totally normal. What's really interesting is whenever people, like, you know, again, this isn't really a speed run, this is my speed run. But whenever people really speed run this game as Claire moves a little bit faster whenever she is in the caution health area. And since from this point on, any damage you take stays with you throughout the game, in this opening part, they will let Claire get bit once, so her health's in the yellow. So that way she gets like a sort of speed boost for the rest of the game. It's really weird. Watching like world record runs of this game where they're around like the 50-minute mark are insane. Also, if you notice me tap aim whenever I run up a staircase, that's because going on stairs changes the walk cycle and makes it slower. But if you tap aim, he kind of like glitches forward into the gun. And if you do it just right, you kind of like crow hop down staircases or up staircases. Makes it just a little bit faster. So this is the first change from like actual speed runs. We do grab this ammo because like also let me say this now. Most real speed runs for this game, as you can see, we're at 2 minutes and 3 seconds. Most real speed runs for this game do not pick up a single thing that is not a key item, and then what they do is they run by every single zombie, and then they fight the bosses with knives, and I'm not that good, so I will be picking up ammo, I will be picking up health items, because I am not fantastic. I do this in my free time when I'm not either with my girlfriend, with my family, or making YouTube videos, which is not a lot of time. And also, I kind of like, you know, fighting the zombies to do everything. It's just fun to me. This is, to me, the most fun way to play the game. Like, really fast, but also still fighting everything. That's why I like doing it so much. Grab the first aid on this toilet. And I think the recording looks like it's still going good. That's a first. Alright, so we go through here. Skip. Don't need that. Alright, so there's a zombie on the other side of this door. If you pause right here and wait about 5 seconds, whenever you unpause, he should throw open the door and we run by him. Yep. Oh, he got me, he got me. Woo-hoo-hoo-hoo! Woo, that was close, okay. I also almost always get bit here, so let's see if I can get by this time. Yep, yep. Not good. So if you're really good there, which I am sometimes, you can just run by both of them and skid the wall to where you don't get bit. But that doesn't matter because I got the heal for a reason. So just lost a little bit of time that I really don't care that much about. Anyway.
Does anyone know what started this?
Because on hardcore, it can take more than an entire mag to kill one of them. And especially when 2 of them are coming at you, you don't have the time to do that. So we come over here. Open that. Also, as you're going to see, we're going to have way more health items than we need by the end of the game. And part of the reason I do that is so when things like that happen, it's no trouble. So we store the knife in that. We'll also bring almost no health items with us throughout, except for a few sections. Like, we'll come back for that herb later, but we don't need to worry about it right now. We are going to come through this hallway 3 times. So this first time, I'm going to drop this guy down on me, so that later when there's zombies, I don't, like, accidentally get that stumble effect. We just run through here, all normal. And then as I enter this room, I grab these rounds. And then I pop up over here, and we're about to run into the first zombies in the game. Now, most of the time, you can get away with shooting them in the legs and running by. But I am going to come through this area 2, maybe 3 times, and they can be spawned somewhere I don't want them to be to cause damage. So I'm going to kill both of these guys now. Also, if you let your reticle close and make the tiny dot in the middle, the shots are more effective. And have a higher likelihood of causing crit damage. So like, Sometimes you're going to see me have to shoot when it's open because I don't have a choice. But if you can let that dot close, much more preferable. Because that can happen. And I'm going to confirm him. Because sometimes he's still alive, but we're good. So both of those guys should be down for the rest of the game. Grab the gunpowder. There's ammo in this locker. And now we get the only inventory upgrade we're going to get for the entire game. Password is 9, 15, 7. And then this hip pouch is it. I used to play wherever I get the upgrade in the labs too, but that adds like 3-4 minutes to the run. And then I just played enough to where I eventually didn't need the cushion of extra ammo. And then we're going to upgrade the Matilda all the way because whenever you make it a 3-round burst, it's like an SMG and is really good for bosses. So password is Ned and MRG. And then we're going to get this, and that's also going to add 12 rounds to our current capacity, so that's good. So yeah, that's it for this section. You shouldn't have to worry about those guys, because if everything goes well, we will not be coming through that room again. I run right here, grab that herb, grab that plank, and I'm going to immediately use this plank so that I will come through this area again, so that way I don't have to deal with an extra zombie whenever I do. And also that adds, what, 10 seconds to turn around and add that board to the window. Whereas if he gets out and you have to fight him, it can cost health in like 2 minutes. So, just saves time. Then we're going to come over here. Drop all that in. And if everything goes well, we will never enter this room again either. But it's also, a lot of the times I do get hit. So I may need to grab a heal from there. Alright. Oh, miss. Miss. It also is really important you don't do what I'm doing where you miss your shots. Alright, and they'll normally get up twice. So, yeah, whenever they do that effect. So I make sure to put them down twice, and then normally you're good to go. I don't know why, but for some reason this girl is always a pain. She's a little bit quick. Okay. Whenever she goes that way, she's normally fine, but she will move at me fast. So if I can set her down, yeah, it's taken, what, 12 shots? There we go, critical hit, cool. As you can see, I'm out of reserve ammo, but we should be fine. So we pick up the red herb there. We will worry about the shotgun shells later. That guy's dead because he went down twice, or at least he's dead for our purposes. There's some ammo right here, grab that. We are not going to be getting the Magnum, so we don't have to worry about the ammo in that locker. The password to it is DCM, if I remember correctly. But yeah, we're not going to get the Magnum. You'll be surprised how much we do not need it. We grab that. The wood boards are going to help us later. We grab the ammo here, so we're about to have to use some. And like I said, the only place I kill them and don't just shoot them in the leg is places I'm going to come through more than once. That being said, I do not drop down to the left over there and go through the floor, because 2 of the zombies that otherwise are not a big problem become a problem whenever you come down that way, and I'll show you what I mean. So this is the only one currently in the room we have to fight, because it's the only one walking around, and we're going to come through this room 3 times total. So it is useful to not miss your shots like that. But it is useful to take these guys out. So that's 1. And then she's getting up for a second time. Alright, that should be good. You can also test with a knife, which I picked up the knife off that dead cop. This guy will be up the second time we come through, so I'm going to go ahead and get him up and then put him down now while I'm thinking about it and don't have to worry about it later. Alright, so that's 1. Gonna reload. I didn't mean to shoot that cop, but he won't come back, so we're good. Alright, and critical hit, he's down. This zombie right there will never move unless you touch that ladder or fall through the floor, so we never have to deal with him. He will never quit eating that guy. We move that cabinet because there's ammo back here. And then we also move that cabinet, and then we move this cabinet 1 to the left, because when I do this strategy, about half the time whenever I come into this room being followed by Mr. X, he is right behind me. So it's nice to have the cabinet only be one step to shut it all. Because sometimes he is like touching that ladder whenever I am. So it's nice to just get that out of the way. Trying to think what else happened there. Should have had everything. I'm going to go ahead and get this out while I've got inventory space. It is lion, leafy branch, or arrow. Hawk, yeah. I have to look at it sometimes to remember what it is. And then we don't pick up the book in the library because, like I said, we're not getting the Magnum. Alright, we do our cutscene. Skip like that. Then I go ahead and get this out of the way. Like that. Skip. And then I come over to this door. I go ahead and unlock it. Not because we'll need it later, but so that when I use the key in a second, I can discard it because it's had all its uses. And then remember that green herb I didn't pick up? Pick it up, combine with the red. And look at that. So then I come over to this item box, and I ditch everything that isn't the gun, the ammo, and the key. And we're about to ditch the key in a second. I should also mention that this strategy comes from a YouTuber by the name of Darkness. He does a lot of cool Resident Evil speedruns. He's a really cool guy. And he did a video for like how every man can get the, Resident Evil 2 speedrun. And that's what I copied and eventually like refined for my own style to get this. Password of this sake is 6211. And that will get us the compensator, which is going to be a huge hand, because like I said, we're going to use the Matilda throughout the whole game. And that helps a lot on the submachine gun. So 6211 on that one. But yeah, Darkness is really good at Resident Evil stuff. You should check him out. He does a much better job at explaining this stuff than I do. And not only that, I have changed a lot of this to suit me, and he's like definitely the base model to work off of. As a matter of fact, I'll link it in the description if you're interested, because his is like a whole explanation video. He pauses and talks a lot more than I am. So if you're interested, check him out. But that's where like I got the basis for this strategy. We'll get the cutscene, skip, and then we will be down here at the bottom of the stairs. So I grab this plank. And then I grab this ammo. And then I grab these bolt cutters. And then I wait for the communication end to open the door. Sometimes that zombie from earlier will be right on the other side when I do this, so I have to be ready to shoot him in the leg. But we won't come through this area again. Nope, good. Yep, all good. I open this one. Like that. And then we gotta run this room quick if I don't want to waste ammo. So, flashbang. Nope, not that. I think I may have messed up because that was too slow. Ammo from there. Run in this room. Grab the pipe. Grab the gunpowder. Nope, we're good. Okay, grab the fuse. So my inventory's full. Remove the chair. And run out. A lot of the times you're going to see me completely fill up my inventory like that. And that's the reason I only bring what's absolutely necessary. Because I plan to use a lot of it. And to get as much material as I can. So now we're going to get rid of that. We're going to get rid of one of these. We need to keep one. We'll get rid of the flashbang and we'll get rid of the herb. So we keep our gun ammo, the valve, the weapons locker, a board, and the bolt cutters. And we're going to go through all of those like right now. We do get the shotgun. We don't get the Magnum, but we do get the shotgun because it's useful. When we come through this area later, it's going to be super stressful. So I wait for that guy to fall through, and then I put planks on the door. And that's going to be a godsend later. There's a guy right here, gonna shoot him in the leg. If I can hit his leg, like that, sprint by. And then this is not good because the guy in the orange vest is around the corner, so we gotta put him down quick and then sprint by real quick. And that's the last time we have to go down the long part of that hallway. Use bolt cutters, and then we can immediately discard them, which I'm going to do right now. Grab the detonator, And like I said, I have enough room so I can do stuff like grab herbs, grab a stun grenade, and open this. These two guys should be dead, which they are because I put both of them down earlier. And one of the reasons I did that is because you don't want to get trapped by them when you're in this locker room. The only code we're going to enter is 109, and we're not going to do all the little hand-safe stuff to get the bigger pouch or the other ammo stuff. That's the only time this is the only time we're coming to the room. So we enter the weapons locker, we grab the shotgun, we grab the ammo. And that's it, we're done with this room. If I wouldn't have killed those two guys earlier, they'd be at the door right now, or they'd grab me as I'm coming out, and both are really bad. Go ahead and load this. And then if you'll remember, I killed these two earlier, so I don't have to deal with them now. Did I get the red herb down here? I did, yes. Sometimes I forget that, how to check. Go ahead and put the valve on here. And then shotgun shells are a godsend in this game, so I'll get them out here. Password is CAP, C-A-P. Nope, not C-A-O, C-A-P, there we go. Entered a little too soon. And we just stack that, and then there's more in here. We stack that. And again, you're going to see how full this inventory gets in just a second. I go ahead and grab that. Come out here, there's more shotgun shells on the bench. I grab those. Liquor right there. Go buy him. Don't worry about it. And then we combine that to make the detonator. We grab these. Oh, wait, actually, we're supposed to combine these. My bad. Like that. We grab that. The gunpowder, we grab the first aid spray. And then these other two things in the room stack. So we put the shotgun shells there. And we put the stun grenade there. And then, so the liquor out here. Really hard to kill. You do not want to have to deal with them in hardcore. So we don't kill it. And every single liquor in the game we're going to walk past like this. Lickers are blind. They cannot see you. They can only hear loud footsteps. So if you're slowly walking like this, they will never get to you. He'll be on this wall, and he will walk towards me, as you can see here, but he'll never catch up to me. So we just keep walking, and then I unlock this door. So now we're going to grab this. I'm going to combine the high-grade gunpowder with that just to make room. Combine those like that. And then I'm going to do this one. Password is fish, which I think is supposed to be Pisces. These are all constellations. It's fish, scorpion, perfume vial. Like that. And then if you wanted to, there's gunpowder on that table behind the unicorn statue, or across from it, I should say. But I don't really worry about it. This guy hanging through the door will halt me later. So we take care of that by just doing that. Because if I didn't do that, he would come back as I'm trying to leave the room and make this next part a lot harder. We put the detonator on, and to keep the door from shutting on us, I go stand here so the door has an opening animation. And now whenever it blows up, that bookcase won't shut, meaning the door will not shut itself back, which is very nice. And then we get the final one. Password is woman, bow and arrow, snake. Yeah. Alright, so there's a liquor there, and no matter if we walk or not, it will know our location. So that's one of the reasons I keep grabbing flashbangs. As soon as I walk through the doorway, throw it, and that resets him. So now he doesn't know where we're at, so I can just walk it out. And I made what is otherwise a super stressful part in the game on hardcore, dealing with a liquor and a zombie from the ceiling and opening the door into just that. It saves a bunch of time and it's a lot easier. And I will be picking up enough flashbangs to more than make up for it. So we're good. Run out here. And then, if you've noticed, we have all the medallions and all the gear we need to go into the sub-levels. So, come here. That's one. And then, that's two. Sprint forward. Go through this cutscene. And I always check my time here. 19:03. A good, for me, again, normal speedrunners are here at like 8 minutes or something ridiculous. A good speed run for me is to be in this room below 20 minutes. I think the best time I've ever made it to this room was like 1750, and I was booking it, didn't take any damage, stuff like that. But under 20 minutes is good, so I'm very happy with 1903. Again, top right corner. That being said, if you are trying to use this as a guide to get S plus rank, you are fine as long as you're under like 24, 23 minutes. 25 minutes is really pushing it. But if you're like 22 to 24, you're fine. But 19 is good for me, so we're doing good. I'm happy with it so far. Now we have the Birken boss fight, and if you're not familiar with how this fight's done on speedruns, this is going to melt your brain. Here's what we take into the boss fight. I also organize stuff, even though I don't need to, because it just helps me think. And then one more stun. And I will go ahead and tell you, if I was better at this game, which I am not that great at it, if I was better, I wouldn't need to bring the Matilda. You can do this entire boss fight with 2 knives, and you can do it really quickly with 2 knives. Knives are, in really all Resident Evil games, knives are the boss's weakness, because most players have to be really gutsy to fight them with them. We run all the way down here and grab a frag, because we'll need that. But you can do this entire boss fight with 2 knives. Now, if you'll remember earlier, I said there is a difference. There goes Birken up above. I said there is a difference in owning an Xbox One and a Series X. And that difference is where the frame rate is a bit faster on the Series X, you can get in more knives. Just like a couple more knives during the boss stages if your frame rate's faster, so if you're playing on the X. I want to explain this part for a second because a lot of people are confused on this. Now, you may be thinking 2 knives. Well, that doesn't really matter. If you're playing on the Series X and you have, like, by half a second, just enough time to do enough damage to him in one stage that he immediately switches over to the next stage, which is really cool because you can do the entire fight and he never lays a finger on you. But on here, it's just slow enough that he can get up and recover, which is the reason I have to do stuff like bring the Matilda and bring extra flashbangs. Also because I'm not that great, I don't feel like I could do it on the Series X, but pretty much anyone who plays on an Xbox One or PS4 has to bring some form of backup because the console isn't fast enough to let them get in the knife commands. Just a side note, it is possible to do the strategy. I'm going to show you how, assuming that I don't die. It's just more difficult. So anyway. Alright, here we go. Alright, so we run up, equip knife, and just start slashing. We want to stay on this arm. And if you do it right, you're technically knifing him twice because you knife him once on the arm, once on the body. Alright, so we run, equip grenade, throw that, and then while he's stumbling, go back to knife. Alright, so that's the part where I wouldn't have to do this if I got a few more hits in. But as mentioned, not a thing. Okay, so when he goes down like that, have your knife out, start knifing him again. Alright, so you want to shoot him in the eye as much as possible. And I save shotgun ammo because that gets really important later. And like I said, this Matilda is technically like a crutch. Okay, he goes down again. Keep knifing. Oh, alright. When he reaches like that, equip your flashbang. Because when he grabs you, you can throw a flashbang down like that. And then while he's flashed, equip knife again, and just go back to it. Alright, he went down again. He should die in just a second. Alright, he's gonna swing. Yeah. He is almost dead. Oh, out of ammo. Ooh, bad time to reload. He is close. Kind of juke by him to make him glitch out like that. Woo! Close. There we go. Cool. Got him. Got him. Got him. No damage taken either. I brought 2 health items and didn't have to use 1. I went through more handgun ammo than I wish that I had to. But there we go. Look at that. Very cool. The reason I bring 2 knives also, by the way, is because if you don't switch to a flashbang fast enough, or if you don't have a flashbang in your inventory, stabbing him to not take a ton of damage will make you lose your knife for the rest of the fight, so it's good to bring 2 just in case. Even though I didn't go through 1 all the way, that's the reason I brought 2. But yeah, I'm still at full health. I took no damage that time. Yeah, everything's picked up. We're good to go. I think I picked up a gunpowder. I did not. There's a gunpowder and an herb in that room I just went by if you need it, but my inventory's full. And I like to save green herbs to add with red ones later, so I'm not going to pick them up. And as you can see, I'm not hurting for ammunition or heals either. Now, normally you have inventory to pick them up if you go through, a heal. But I surprisingly did that fight with 0 damage, which is pretty good for me. I'm happy with that. It's very good. Looks like we're still recording too. No technical difficulties yet. Hope I don't jinx it. But we are... I'm very happy with the direction this is going. So whenever I come here, I store everything that isn't the handgun and its ammo. I usually don't bring back that many heals. And the shotgun and its ammo. That's all I bring. Handgun, shotgun, and their ammo. Also, like that storage locker to the right had a save file or a save ink ribbon in it on hardcore. In normal mode, it has a hit pouch, but on here it's just an ink ribbon. Like I said, I'm not saving, so I'm not picking it up. And so if you ever see me like ignore a locker or something, it's because I know that whatever's in there we don't need. I've played this enough to know it's in the lockers. Normally, speedrunners would follow Ada, but like I said, we're going to max out the Matilda. So we want that thing in the yellow box. And the reason we come here before the power's on is because these zombies are not standing until you turn on the power. So I can just go grab those, I think it was 3, maybe 4 shotgun rounds. Don't have to worry about the zombies, which is nice. We keep running. So then, like I said, we're upgrading the Matilda. So we examine this. And we get out the key. Then I examine that. Unlock the trunk. And I'll go ahead and discard the key because we're done with it. And now, once I add the stock to make it a 3-round burst, we now have a fully upgraded Matilda, which acts more like a submachine gun. And like I said, that's going to come in really handy later. The Matilda, once you get upgraded, it works really well, even on hardcore. Grab those rounds. We are going to shoot this guy, because if you do not, we have to use a flashbang to get out of this area whenever we leave the RPD for good. And if sometimes the flashbang will not affect him, and if it doesn't, oh boy, you could die and kill your whole run because of that guy on the ground. So it's worth the shotgun shell to make sure he doesn't get back up. For those that don't know, the really nice thing about Resident Evil is that no matter how many times you come through an area, if you like killed one for sure, like that guy's dead, he will never get back up. You never have to worry about him again, which is a nice touch. So that's just saving us some headache down the road. And also, we're going to have, like, if all goes according to plan, we will have a plethora of shotgun shells. So don't need to worry about that. There's also a real easy way to do this hallway, so you don't have to worry about dogs. First of all, I come here and grab this blue herb, like that. And then I grab this yellow powder. What you have to do is as soon as you come in here, you shoot them while they're in the cages. Should take 3 shots. Sometimes it takes a 4th one like that. And then make sure all 3 of those are dead. And I'll explain why later. Well, you'll see why later. Another thing, we do not pick up the pink key or the diamond key on this run, because all it's used for is to unlock that door in the room where we got the car key. And it's also used to get to a safe combo back in the RPD. But like I said, we're not going to be doing the little hand safe deals. So there's no reason for us to get the pink key, which means these guys in here never get up. So I can come grab the flashbang and that red herb and then never have to worry about them. Use the crank. Also, if you saw, I combined that blue herb with the... I combined that red herb I picked up with the blue herb, and we're about to combine it with the green herb in just a second. There's a lot of spaces in this game. Once you play it a lot, you realize you're kind of meant to build full heals like that. Like now we have a complete GRB, which gives us increased speed, damage resistance, and health. And then we pick up that and our inventory is full. If you really need more shotgun shells, there's a normal gunpowder over there. You can combine with the special gunpowder I picked up to get more, but you should have enough. Unless you brought it into the boss fight. Last 2 switches there. And then here's why we killed those dogs earlier. There's the one dog right here. Again, 3 should do it. 1 normally pops out of that vent, but it does not now because we killed it. We open this door, shoot that one. Sometimes takes a couple shells, we're good. Keep running. There will be 1 charging down the hallway at us. Get him. And then only 1 will pop out of this vent. And then now, because we got those 3 earlier, no dogs will spawn for the rest of this hallway. Even when you come back, you're done. If I didn't kill those in the cage earlier, there would be another one chasing me down this hallway. 1 would have popped out of the vent. 2 would have popped up in that room. So it's super easy if you take the extra time to make sure they don't come back. Again, real speedrunners never kill anything and just find a way to juke out all of them, and I'm not that cool. So I do stuff like that to save myself. Grab the shotgun shells here. Then I'll come to this room, if the room will let me. Turn the lights on. And then I'm going to put away these 4 things. I'm going to keep the crank and that. Then I'm going to pick up stuff in this room. So pick up the blue herb. Blue herbs are really useful in boss fights. Not just for Venom. Getting that damage resistant makes you like twice as strong on hardcore mode. Alright, so pick up all that stuff. Now I come over here. And I'm going to put up the blue herb and that. And I'm going to take out the 2 wooden boards. And the reason I did that is because when we come through this room later, it will be very chaotic. And normally, 1 will break through this window, right now potentially, like he is there. And 1 can break through this window. So if I board it up now, that's just less we have to worry about later. Doesn't cost us any time, and we don't have to worry about Mr. X and 6 zombies. Like I said, it makes it way easier. Because of that reason, I tried to put down these guys in the hallway all the way. Because whenever I'm sprinting later, I don't want to have to worry about them. Sometimes they're really hard to kill, though. Like right now. But, like I said, we got enough shotgun shells where I don't have to worry about it. That was a total kill. Yeah, very nice. Put that fuse in. He's dead all the way. We don't have to worry about Elliot. Because you can just juke him out like that. And on the way back, you can do the same. So he's not really a problem. Alright. We're getting close to Mr. X time. And I'll show you how we deal with him. I'm still not picking up that green herb back there because I'll pick it up right after we meet Mr. X. We're going to need it more then anyway. So we use the crank here. And then we can get rid of the crank because this is the last use for it. You can see, like, I leave the safe room with almost a full inventory, and then I end up using, what, 3 items immediately. So that's all that's left. So what we want to do is come up here. Grab that flashbang. Grab this ammo. And then get the shotgun back out. We're going to come to this room, grab the blue herb. And the gear. I'm going to kill both of the zombies in this room because we normally, whenever we come back through here, we are in a panic. And we don't have to worry about getting killed by them either. There's also 4 shotgun shells right there anyway, so it pays for itself. And it's worth it to not also be worried about zombies whenever you're being chased by X through this room. There we go. It's nice when it happens on one shot and I don't have to confirm it. So, now that we got that, we're going to come out here. We're going to grab this blue herb as well. We're going to go down the ladder, which will trigger the animation. Also, you see me not shooting zombies with the Matilda a lot anymore. That's because, like, once you have the shotgun, it's so much quicker to just give them 1, maybe 2 shots versus the Matilda where they have to fall down and then they get back up and then you have to do it again. And sometimes you'll get lucky and have a critical shot, and with 1 Matilda round you can take their head off, but it's so unlikely that I just do this. I come down here, I combine these green herbs with the blue herbs, because I like to have as many heals as possible in the bank. So I sprint by, and as that door is opening, I flip this. There's 2 zombies that walk out of here. And as mentioned, just 1, 2, and then I don't have to come through this area again, so I cannot... Normally I would make sure he's down, but I don't really have to worry about it. So I put up the shotgun and the ammo, because we're going to need the inventory space, and I keep that. Keep a flashbang. Grab the key right here. Keeping a flashbang on you right now is probably the best advice I can give for the whole game, because of what's about to happen. We can just sidestep him, and we're never going to come down here again, so we don't have to worry about it. Keeping a flashbang right now saves so much of a headache. Especially if you're not an expert like me who can't juke Mr. X really easily. It's nice to have that in your back pocket, literally. Grab the red herb, and then as... There is a way to glitch him so that we can slide by, and I've only successfully done it once, so I'm not going to do it right here. I'm just going to do the safe thing, where we walk out here on the balcony. And then I'm going to try to get him to swing at me. He did not. Oh no. The reason I want him to swing at me is because whenever he swings, he takes a couple steps. There's like a wind up to it, and he gets a little bit slower because of it. Now I grabbed the green herb and combined it. That's why I waited to grab it. Man, he's going to be right on my tail the whole way now. I don't like this. This isn't good. Alright. I stay along the left side so that Elliot's now a zombie. Or not Elliot. Whatever, Marvin. I stay along the left side so that Marvin doesn't get up. He should lose me when I do this. Okay. This is the most stressful part in the entire game. There's a liquor on the other side of this door. I am going to try a trick that despawns the liquor. But Mr. X is right behind me right now, so it's going to be risky, and I'm really nervous. But here we go. So I'm going to stop. And then walk. Until the liquor catches me. Actually, I'm not going to do that because X is so close. Normally what I do is I'd go back through that door, let the door shut, and whenever I walk back into the room, the liquor's gone for good. I don't have to worry about him. But X is so close, I think if I walk through that door, he's going to wreck me. So I'm just going to walk this room out. Yeah, I feel like he's about to walk through that door. Yep, he is. That's why I put the board on that door early, on that window earlier, because if I didn't, I'd also have to worry about a zombie right now. So we are going to do this room a little bit different than how I normally do. Alright, he's right behind me, so sprint real quick. Use the clover key. Run. Grab that grenade if I can. I can. He's right behind me, but that's okay, because I'm going to grab this. Make sure my flashbang's equipped, which it is, because that liquor's still out there. Oh, did he despawn? I guess where that door shut all the way, he despawned. Okay, I don't have to use my flashbang. I was intending to use that flashbang for in case that liquor was right there, but there was no liquor, so I could just run. That's good. Alright, he's right behind me. And this, kids, is why I made sure that the cabinets would only take one step. That's why I moved both of them, because if I had to do 3 moves right here, I would cry. Because he's right behind me. But now, since I lined everything up, it's just one move. You go here, to the last one, push it once. He's walking in, he's walking in. Up the stairs. Up the ladder, I mean. Look, there he is. And it doesn't matter because we're going to the room. Very cool. Also, see how that zombie got up? Like I said, he will not get up until you touch that ladder. And since I'm never going to the library again, it doesn't matter. Mr. X is right behind me, but that doesn't matter because he cannot enter this room. The devs made it so that he can't enter this room because there's no way out, and that'd essentially be like too hard, letting him trap you in a corner. Very cool. All right. Man, I will say I've done this many a times. That's one of the tightest Mr. X sequences ever. Having the liquor be there as he's right behind me, I rarely ever have to juke him out in that room. Man, that was good stuff. All right, my heart's racing after that. Whew, you can hear him right outside. We actually kind of want him to be nearby, because if he gets far away, I come in this room and grab the large gunpowder. Side note, because large gunpowders are really useful for shotgun rounds for the final Birken boss fight. Just a side note. That's the reason I come in this room and grab it, because when I combine it with yellows, they're really nice. But yeah, we put the other one here to do the clock puzzle like that. And then we skip.
Hope I don't have to write a report on this.
And then I grab this. Alright, so a couple things to note. We want him to be right behind us. Preferably he is on the other side of the store when we open it, because if he's not, then he can be anywhere else in the RPD. If he's right behind us, then I can make a sprint all the way for the puzzle panel. Well, I have to stop at a box to pick up stuff, but he won't follow me into a safe room. I can make a sprint for that safe room where I put the 2 boards up on the windows. And if he's right behind me, then I know I'm safe. But if he gets away from me, then any door I open can lead to him. And several times at this part, I have opened a door and got smacked down and had a run ruined. So hopefully he's nearby. The other thing to note is that it's personally good for me to have gotten the second electronic part by 40 minutes. And we're at 38:17. So this is still going pretty good for me. If you're wanting this for S+ rank, I would say 46, 47 minutes, you're probably fine. Honestly, probably around 50, you'll be alright. If you're over 50, maybe need to take some more time off. But like I said, under 40, doing good for me. So let's open this door. Perfect. Okay, he's right there. Which would normally, well, okay, I don't want him to be right there. Alright, here's how I'm gonna do this. Okay, normally I don't want him to be that close. I want him to be like down the left lane is preferable. But it is good I know where he's at. I'm gonna shoot this zombie. Sometimes this zombie will be right here, sometimes he'll be down on the left. I'm gonna shoot this zombie in the leg, which will obviously activate him. I'm gonna try to juke him out, shoot the other zombie, then run. So let's see what happens.
What the?
Juke, juke, juke. Shoot him in the leg. We're good. We're good. We're good. We're good. We're good. We're good. Oh, ground! Oh! I don't have a heal. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. I do. Oh, thank God. I made a heal on the way. If I was limping that whole way, I don't think I could have done it. The reason I killed the 2 guys in this room is so that I don't get grabbed again while he's right behind me. Whew, I'm glad I made that heal. Okay. I paused right here because one time I was doing this run, I got to this spot and fell through the earth because the floor wasn't loaded in yet. Xbox One problems. Alright, so I pause it for a second, make sure I can see the ground, then jump. And he's right behind me, but that's okay because I don't have to backtrack anywhere. And as long as he's right behind me, I know he's not going to get me. Like I said, I've been right here and he turns that corner and it's way worse than him chasing me. I didn't have to use a flashbang. I had the heal to get by. This is going exceedingly well. Uh, he's a little annoying. But as long as he reaches, you're fine. The reason I covered up those windows is because normally 2 will break in on me right here. But because I have those windows up, I don't have to worry about them. So, get rid of the clover key. Get rid of the grenade. Get rid of the large thing. What we need is the shotgun, its shells, the pistol, its shells, 1 flashbang that is so important, both electronic parts, we're going to use those, and then I prefer to also bring a bad knife from the Birken fight. When I say a bad knife, I mean a knife that's low on health, because you can still use it to stop grapples. I didn't bring a heal because we're going to get one in the journalist's room whenever we finish this part. So I go ahead and equip the knife, and I'll tell you why in just a second. So we run through here, and then all these dogs, best strategy is to just juke like this. Like turn right, turn left, turn right, turn left. Because they'll normally chase you in a line, and if you do this, they normally won't track you. And that worked, I didn't get hit once. So the reason I brought the knife is because we have to have that flashbang in our inventory when we leave here. And if we get grappled by a dog, we want a way to be able to get rid of the dog without using our flashbang. So that's why I suggest bringing a bad knife. Alright, so now we're going to use both of these. Oh, we have to examine and open them first. Place that. And then examine this. Place that. I'm going to do this fast without explaining, but you can look at the grid I have. I worked backwards from the beginning. Alright. There we go. Yeah. That's not as fast as, again, speedrunners do, but it's okay for me. As you can see, we picked up that first aid spray. So if you get hit by the dogs, don't worry about it, because you can just come to the room, get the first aid spray. This is why the flashbang matters. I open this gate, right, to come through here, but then Mr. X is going to be right here, right? So here's what I do. Wait for him to get in this circle. Try to get him to swing at me, which he does, which gives me a little bit of time, but he's still right behind me. Equip your flashbang. And all these zombies right here, that while Mr. X is right behind you, flash him. He's still right behind me, but that lets us get away. The reason I killed that zombie earlier is because sometimes that flash won't work on him, and he'll grab your ankle and X will get to you. So that's why all that happened. And now, we are officially out of the RPD. Well, let me put the thing in, then we're officially out. We are now officially out of the RPD. And the time on the clock is 42 minutes and 38 seconds, which, to give you a concept, world records for the entire game are around 52, 53 minutes. As a matter of fact, the Claire world record is right at 49 minutes. So yeah, that's how fast some people run this game. But for me, like I said, 42 is pretty good. I've glitched the game here to where I get locked because she won't do the animation to open the door, and it ruins it. Normally, if the dialogue starts, I'm fine. But like I said, I have been ruined this far in, and it's annoying. As long as she turns to the door, we're good. She'll freeze right there and never move, and I can't do anything. Okay, we're good. I stress a little bit every time I get to that point. I need to upgrade to a Series X so that doesn't happen. I'm pretty sure that's just an Xbox One thing. But is what it is. But we're good now, so it's all that matters. Alright, so now that she's opened that, we grab the shotgun forend, turns this thing into a one-shot kill machine. We grab that grenade, and we grab this handgun ammo. We skip that cutscene. And like I said, I am picking up a plethora of extra herbs. Like you will be surprised at the end of the game. I'm going to have like 8 or 9 green herbs I don't use. So if you need a heal throughout the game that I don't use here, that's 100% fine. There's even ways as I've been playing so far. I can think of 2 times I've used a full heal that I wouldn't have to if I hadn't have taken damage because of a dumb mistake. So you'll have more heals than you need. The reason I say that there is because, like, if you're in that gun shop and you can't pick up the shotgun upgrade or the pistol ammo, those will probably be more important to you. So feel free to discard or not pick up, like, a green herb or 2 along the way. You should be fine. I could trim down this run a lot, and like I said, I don't really have time to, like, super hardcore think about it because that's not what Wendigoon is dedicated to, and Wendigames is like a fun hobby for me. But if I wanted to, I could probably take off several minutes by just going through and thinking about what pickups I don't need to go out of my way to pick up. But like I said, this is the way that I'm playing it. It'll probably be refined. I'll probably get better at it as time goes on. But that being said, this is still pretty good for me, and I like doing it, so. Let's see. But yeah, like, I will say, that shotgun extension, you have to get it. It makes the shotgun, like, the best gun. It goes from being, like, pretty good to phenomenal. So, the way this Alligator Run goes, you go left, you go right, and he will bite twice. We go 1, 2, and then we cut left again. And then after that, we're good to go. You don't have to touch your controller at all. The rest will play out until the jump. So then it'll charge and jump, and we can just take this shot. Cool note about this game, it was designed by the developers to be completed, or possible to be completed, with just knives. You can go through the whole game with just knives and win. Except for that one section. So they place this hand grenade here, which pick up and stack with the other one because hand grenades are useful. They place that hand grenade there so that if someone's doing an all knife run, they have one ranged weapon to stop the alligator.
What the hell?
I haven't done an all knife run, but the developer said it's possible and it was designed with that intention. It's hard, but it's possible.
Can't say I didn't warn you.
Excuse me. All right, run by Ada.
People into monsters, not reptiles.
Fair point.
And then run to the back of the elevator and turn around. And this is like the first second of calm I get in the entire run, so I'm going to use it to drink root beer and slightly breathe. I love doing this. And thank you all for watching this long if you are. Like I said,
So let me get this straight.
Umbrella sells monsters like that to who? Our military?
Somebody else's?
I love this game. I'm excited to do this on stream at some point. I think it'll be a lot of fun. And I really want to stream more on this channel for fun. I especially have some charities and fundraisers that I'm looking to do in the near future. And I'm excited to do stuff like this on live stream, talking to you guys, answering your questions, while also making it for a good cause. I'm really looking forward to it. So just quick side note. So now we go into Ada section, which is really quick if you know how to run it. So we get our special weapon.
It's secret weapon time.
Sorry, secret weapon. Turn on that. Look up. Turn on that. Thank you for the view, game devs. Or angles, I should say. That was sarcastic if it didn't come across that much. And then as soon as we're done pressing it, we can start climbing up through the animation. You can actually look through this crack. Oh, there it is. And turn that on sooner. And you can even turn that on sooner. And, like, you don't have to do this. It saves seconds. It's really not that important. But the reason you would is so that whenever you come up here, you can go ahead and do that. Which just means, like I said, it saves seconds. It's not that important. I always grab the extra ammo here, even though I don't think I've ever used it, just out of paranoia, because this section goes wrong for me sometimes. So, we don't have enough ammo to really kill any of these. So we get that guy to move that way, then we come by here. And then, like I said, I've goofed up on this before. Alright, come here, turn that on. Turn around, shoot this guy in the leg. Keep running, 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 running. Shoot this guy in the leg. Alright. Keep running, running. There's a bunch of zombies following me too, besides those two. You just gotta be really quick here. Sometimes there's a guy right here, which there is, but I think I can make it. I can. Alright. Whew. Sometimes you have to shoot that guy turning the corner in the leg, but he was far enough away that I didn't have to. If I take damage once, that's fine, but once you take damage once, you can go down quick. I look through the wall here and turn on that. Mr. X is right behind me, but that's okay. Pull the lever, and then immediately switch the box over to the fan. Now I sprint. And then I can hold down and do this as I'm walking across the table. And then I can jump through it while the animation's still playing. And now there is no... Well, I mean, it is possible to die. But there's no more enemies for Ada to fight, so I'm pretty much in the clear. That was a very clean run of Ada. Sometimes I'll get bit once, which means I'm limping through this whole part, which obviously, you know, adds time. And it also makes running for Mr. X a lot more stressful. But with that X part, you just have to know when you're halfway down that control panel on the right, that's when you want to turn and activate the generator. And then from there, you open the door and then switch it. And once you get used to it, it's really quick and it's not a stress. The most stressful part of that entire scene is whenever you're running down there with the little zombies. Because, like, sometimes it takes a few more shots to cripple them than others. And it just gets really stressful and you can die easily. So here, there's the first box. And then we turn around and turn that one on. Here's the second box to our left. Also, speedrunners, whenever they're doing this part, they will like twitch aim back and forth at the two boxes, which saves like 1/8 of a second, or 8/10 of a second total. And it's like, yeah, I'm not there. So we blow open the door with 32 seconds left, so in less than half the total time, so not that bad. My goal is to finish the Ada section by the 1 hour mark. And when I'm doing really good, I'll finish the Ada section by the 50. I think my best was like around 55 minutes, or just under 55 minutes. So let's see. That can't be right. Okay. I think I had that wrong, because I'm at 51 minutes, 53 seconds. There's no way I'm doing that good. I remember what it is. I'm doing good for myself if it's under 55 minutes. But if you are... doing this to get S plus rank, it's like from 1 hour to 1 hour 15 is like the range. Because the further we go into the game, the less tight the schedule has to be. So as long as you're from 1 hour to 1 hour 15, you're doing good. Under 55 is good for me. So 51, 53 is great. That was one of the best Ada sections I've ever had. So very happy with that. Alright, skip. And now we're back to Leon. The way I run Leon in the sewers is different than a lot of, not actual speedrunners. Those people are inhuman. The way that I do it with like my dorky strategies is different from a lot of what I've seen. I put a couple items in here, like the herb and the grenades, just because I know I won't need them. Try not to get stuck on that rail. So that way I can pick up a couple things here and not have to worry about discarding something. Like, for example, there's ammo here. And as you can see, that was 5 shots more than 60. But because I put that stuff in the trunk up top, I don't have to worry about discarding anything. Turn right. There are 2 shotgun shells down that hallway, but I do not get them for a reason I'll show you. For one, 2's not a lot. Later, we're going to be crafting like 5 and 6 at a time. But the reason that I don't is because there is a zombie at the top of these stairs that I'm going to kill with the shotgun. See, 1-hit kill almost every time when you get that extended barrel. It's fantastic. I'm also going to kill this guy because whenever I come back later, he is the only one that can give me trouble. So I make sure he's dead. Shoot him in the legs and then run by. We're also not going to be picking up the sewer key because, again, we just don't need it. We're not going back to the RPD. We're not getting the Magnum, so there's no reason to. And then I can pick up that full knife down here, too. Okay, so what I was saying The reason that I don't pick up those 2 shotgun shells is because if I go over there and pick them up, that will trigger something in the game so that whenever... I'll pause it right here to explain. So that whenever I turn and start going up those staircases, that zombie that I shot first will be somewhere on the staircase, and he can be right around a corner. So if you go pick up those shotgun shells, you are risking that guy spawn... Well, he will spawn closer, but you're risking him getting the jump on you. So to forego that, I just skip the shotgun shells. Like I said, we're going to have a plethora anyway. These big guys right here, the way to get by them, stand a little bit back, fire once, and then whenever they're in their jumping animation, just run by. Like that. Big bubble, no trouble. We're going to run up here.
Cable car.
I mean, if you really want those shotgun shells, go for it, but you're going to use one to kill that guy anyway, and you could end up using a kill item if he's on the stairs somewhere, so I wouldn't do it. Especially since I put up my heals a moment ago. There's some shotgun shells over here. Grab those. Like I said, we will not be using what's in there, which is Magnum ammo in that safe. Password's SZF, I think, but like I said, I don't use the Magnum, so. Alright, so this is wild. Everything goes in, except the shotgun, and no ammo. Just load the tube up, don't bring a round for it. My goal is, so I remember what the 1 hour thing was. I like to be standing, just a mental thing, right here by the 1 hour mark, and it's 54 minutes, so I'm pretty happy with the way this is going. Alright, so the reason I didn't bring any shotgun shells is because, like I did earlier, we're going to fill up the inventory pretty quick. So here's how we fill it up. We run over here to the left, we grab the T handle, run over here, grab the red herbs. We then, I like that the stream's still running. I was kind of expecting it to give out at some point. Not stream, recording. I can't think. I never memorized this code because it's on the side. You can just look on the side of the safe and there it is. 212-8. And now, the shotgun's not only faster, but it is like guaranteed every time one-shot headshot unless you nick them. So now the shotgun is like at its max potential. This guy will not get up if you don't touch him. So as long as you like scrape the side like that, then scrape back out, you're good to go. And the blue herb's worth it, trust me. So now we come down here. There's 3 zombies here. We're going to be coming through this area a lot. So I like to make sure they're all donezo. Yeah, like, this thing is so good now. There's 1. Oh, I nicked him. 2. Yeah, that was my fault because I aimed a little too far to the right. And 3. Yeah. We're going to be coming through this area 3 more times. So, it's good to just get all that out of the way. I go ahead and open this. Also, do you see how I combined that green herb there to make a full heal? Like I said, whenever you play this game a lot, you realize they did that on purpose a lot of the time. There are places for you to get full heals. And build them out. Grab that frag grenade there, because we'll need that. And then I also grab this yellow gunpowder right here, because I'll need that. If you're fast enough, that guy will never grab you on the right. Grab the blue herb here. And then I use that T handle we got to open up this door. And then, like, getting this 1 chest piece is going to be super simple. Check this out. So we grab the shotgun shells here, which we can now use to top off our shotgun. If it wouldn't have taken me 2 shots earlier, it'd be completely topped off. This is also, if you'll notice, the reason that I only brought the shotgun with nothing else is because the inventory is almost already full and we're not even done. So this guy on the ground, to make it easier, I put a round in him just to make sure. And check this out. Unlock. I shot both of these guys earlier, so there's no zombies. Grab that. Run back in the door. And we're done. That's everything that it took to get that chest piece. Like I said, I killed that one in the safety vest earlier so that I wouldn't have to worry about him just now. This guy will hopefully still be up, which he is. And whenever he goes into his animation, we hop down and run by him. Because if he's in his animation, he won't come back up. So if you wait for that animation to finish, you can hop in and go. Sometimes you'll get unlucky, and he'll just be, yeah, we're good to go. Oh, also, here's another bonus trick to help you out. I'm not going to go down this path yet, but if I open this door here, don't have to worry about the T-handle again, so I can just stash it, don't have to bring it with me. And walking down that little path takes, what, 2 seconds? And as mentioned, the reason I killed these guys is so they don't jump out and kill me right here. Anyway. Sometimes you'll get unlucky with that one guy, and he won't be still standing when you come out. He'll be underwater. Your two options are to do the whole shoot thing and run around him, or alternatively, sometimes you have to walk until you run into him and take the hit, which is lame, but it's just RNG if you're favored there or not. Alright, so now I put up this, put up this, put up this, and this part is really stressful sometimes, but I think we'll be alright. So I'm going to bring that, and I'm going to store that. So I am going to bring... where's my grenades at? There we go. I'm going to bring 2 grenades. I'm going to bring a bad knife. And that's it. Yep. And not a lot of handgun ammo. You'll see why in a second. So we're now going to get the 2 other chest pieces and the flamethrower. The flamethrower is going to be super useful in boss fights coming up. Especially on hardcore. It's like a savior. So... and the handgun, you honestly don't have to bring ammo for it. Because, well, as you'll see, like, we're not really going to be doing a lot of fighting. There's only one zombie we've got to fight down here. And the reason I didn't bring any heals is because, as with a lot of other seeds, we're going to be building one right here all at once. So, there's no reason to bring 2, especially when I have to pick up 4 slots worth of stuff. I'm going to have a full inventory, assuming I don't have to go through all my equipment. So here's how we do this. We pick up that green herb, and then there's going to be one right here, and you've got to do this part fast. We're going to shoot the first one, run by his left side. We're going to shoot the second one, run by his right side, and then try to sprint before the last one gets there. The reason I brought hand grenades is because knives do not cut it with these guys. If you get grabbed by one and use a knife, it will set you back down and you're right back where you started. Whereas if you use a grenade, you have time to get away. The knife is useful so that if you get past one and then it grabs you, well, then you can use the knife, get set down, and then just turn around and walk backwards, which is where you want to go. But the grenades are way more useful. You'll see what I mean probably in a second. So I'm going to go ahead and equip the grenades, which they are. This guy. Shoot once. Run by his... Oh, no, I messed up. I'm going to get grabbed. Oh, no! Wow, okay. I somehow made it by. This guy always grabs me. That has happened to me literally twice. I have the grenade equipped so that I can use it to counter when he does that. Because literally, that is the 3rd time I have ever been here and that guy not grabbed me. Wow, okay. But the grenade's there in case he does. Wow, I'm impressed. All right. Man, cool. So, very nice. We are doing great. I'm happy. Combine that red herb with the green herb like that. Oh, got to grab the sprocket out of the door. The plug. So you combine that red herb with the green herb, and then there'll be a blue one right here, and then look at that. We have a full heal. Alright, so here's how I do this part. Insert the queen plug, and then run really fast, because the zombie's going to drop down as we do this. He drop down, grab that, and then, if you're quick, you will get by him before he stands up. Put in the king plug. And then get the flamethrower. And then as I turn around, grab that plug, and then shoot him in the legs. Sometimes you can get by him here, but I'm not going to risk it. Just shoot him in the legs. Run by him. Grab this plug. And he's trapped in there forever. There's no way for him to get out. All the doors are shut. So we don't have to worry about him anymore. Put the queen plug back in here. He's trapped in horny jail. So I can just put the king plug in here. I'm going to top off my mag. Get that. Haha, idiot. And now I run back around. Grab the king plug. And we're all good. The reason I only brought what I didn't bring any extra heals. I brought the knife and the grenade and all that is because, as you can see, we have a full inventory and I haven't had to get rid of anything, which is preferable. I'll probably get grabbed on the way out because this part is entirely just random. Okay, so he's really close, which is good. So whenever he starts that animation where he's going down, that's when I want to get jump down because I can run by him. So, like that, jump down, run by him. The second guy, it's random. Sometimes he'll be on the right, sometimes he'll be at the end. Oh, I think he's on the right. Nope, got grabbed. Alright, so I'm going to get grabbed here. I have never got bumped there and then got around him. I always get bumped, then get grabbed. All of their left arms are the big ones. So if you have as good as fortune as I did, if you bump them or whatever, always run by their right side where their little arm is because it's harder for them to grab you. I have never done that before right here. Wow. Okay. Very nice. Wow, I got bumped. That's 2 collisions I should have got grabbed on. I am thrilled right now. Okay, there's one more we got to deal with right here. So we drop down, and here's how you deal with him. He's doing that whole charge animation. Jump up on the right. He won't be able to grab you. And as soon as he dips, jump down and run to the ladder. So I mentioned earlier, that's the 3rd time I've ever not got grabbed by that specific one. This may be the first time I've ever done the entire section without getting grabbed once. Wow. That is insane. I am so happy with it. That may be the best sewer I've ever had. Because, I'll show you in a second. What time was I at whenever I was standing over there? 54, right? Whenever I was like standing right here, and I'm like, normally I like to be here at an hour. It's been 1 hour and 3. I did the sewer in like 9 minutes. I'm technically not done because I have to enter in the plugs, but I did like the main part. Wow. Okay, very cool. Let's go. Put up the bad knife, and then put up that, and then I want to bring this. So, password here. I say password. I'll go ahead and pick that up. So it is king, queen, and then the pawn is in its place. This is on the A run too, by the way. It's different when you do the B run. And then it's knight, castle, or rook, or sorry. Yeah, rook, and then bishop. And that'll open the door. Man. An hour, 4 minutes, right at 10 minutes to run the sewers. Oh my word, I'm so happy with that. Wow. Anyway, that went great. I will say that the way I remember that plug-in is the one is king, queen, pawn. I feel like that's pretty easy to remember on its own. The king, the queen, and then their little kid, the baby pawn. The way I remember the other side is because it's like a battlefield, right? You have the knights, or the horses, on the outside, ready to defend. And then you have the castle walls with the rook. And then you have the bishops inside of the castles, the farthest removed. Just the way I remember it easily. Like, that's how I remember most of this stuff. It's not that my memory's that great. I just make little gimmicks for it. But yeah. Anyway, so now we're going into the next Birken fight. And here's how I load up for it. I bring the flamethrower and the Matilda. I do not bring the shotgun, believe it or not. I bring that full stack right there. I bring the grenades. I'm trying to remember. I bring one of these and a first aid spray. I'm going to show you my trick with that in just a second. Let me think. I grab the knife down there. I've got to think. During the fight, I grab the knife and the flashbang. I also want flashbang. That's right. If I can spare it, which I think I can. Yes, I can. I'm going to bring one flashbang because I need to keep as many flashbangs on me as possible for later. You'll see why. Yeah, this will do it. Let me think. Get the knife. Get that. All right. So I am going to go ahead and use that one red-green herb, even though my health is completely full. And the reason why I'm doing that is because that damage boost, or I'm sorry, the, not damage boost, the damage reduction you take whenever you take one of those is half. So I can go through the first half of this Birken fight and take literally half the damage, which means I don't have to worry about getting hit as much because I'm most likely going to get hit a pretty fair amount. So again, the reason I do that is so I don't have to worry. Even though I'm at full health, it just helps a ton. And like I said, I am going to have more than enough heals by the end of the game so I can do stuff like take a heal while I'm at full health to get the damage reduction. So, and I'm also going to build out another heal on the way there, as you'll see. So, go ahead and take... Well, actually, I can hold it a second. So, you remember that thing I said earlier? How the game has these places for you to build full heals that you don't really realize? Watch. So, I go here. I grab a blue herb. Go right here. Grab a green herb. And then I get just a little bit further into this room and grab a red herb. And there's another full heal. Password for this is all of them but the second one. All of them but the third one. Yeah. All of them but the third one up. Had that mixed up. We trigger him to come out. We trigger him to come out. We trigger him to come... There we go. And then, see this little vent over here to the left? You can aim and, like, push yourself up against it, and he'll never touch you. He'll keep doing it in the same spot. He'll never grab you. It's great. I'm also going to show you why we wait till right here in a second to use that one heal. And like I said, we just built another one, so, you know, nothing's really lost. This run away from him on hardcore is close. Like, most of the time, as you're jumping down, he will be swiping behind you, and if he hits you, will do a lot of damage. But if I pop the full heal that gives me a speed boost, I'll always beat him. I won't have to worry about it. Which, again, very nice touch. So, once he roars, we're good to go. So, I'll go ahead and use this. I have that speed boost. And as soon as he rips, I stay on the left side of the door and run.
It's still alive?
I'm a little bit faster now, which means I don't have to worry about taking damage. It's still probably going to be close. Okay. Yep, still really close, but he didn't do it. Alright, so now, hit that. I grab this flash. And I grab this knife. I have my grenade equipped because I'm going to do this. Throw a grenade at him. Yeah, I thought that hit me. But it only did half damage like I mentioned because I took the full heal. Alright, so now I'm just going to use the Matilda to shoot his eyeballs and keep him on a track like this. Whenever he does that jump, I wasn't worried enough about it then as I should have been. Whenever he does that jump, you have to move quick. Just keep doing damage to his eyeballs. Okay, he'll fall over like that. When he does, I want to equip the knife. And like I said, knives are their weakness, so I can just start knifing. Oh yeah, we're only going to use the crane one time if this goes well, by the way. So, equip knife. And if I stand just right, I knife him in the head and the arm. So it's technically hitting him twice for double damage. So he's down, just keep doing that, keep doing that, keep doing that. Alright, then we want to pop the eyes again. Alright, but we got enough heals, so we're good. Since I already have the status effect from the red, green, blue, and you can't stack them besides resetting the timer, I use the first aid spray there. Because getting the full health effect isn't going to do anything. So I just use that first aid spray. Alright, here's the other thing. Right now, I can't let him go down when he's not standing in the way of the crane. I have to lure him out a bit. So I'm not going to keep shooting here to make sure that I've got some room to work with. Get a little bit closer. That didn't drop down my health a ton because, like I said, I am a proud member of the... Okay, well that did because it was the second hit, but I'm a proud member of Health Boost Gang. Alright, gotta make sure he's over here. Also, if you run out of ammo, there's ammo on the platform, which I'll grab in just a second, which I'm going to have to right now. Grab that. Then this is going to be calling it close. What's my health at? We're good. Somehow still not in the red. This is why I always do that damage effect. It saves you a ton of heals. Alright. He's going down the second time, so here's what I do. Sprint over here, activate the button, and do this. All the ammo I have. Just do not hold off, because he's taking damage as I'm doing this, and I want to make sure I only have to do this once. Yep, it worked. One hit, we're good. Hardcore, Birken boss fight, done. And that's all the pickups too, because I got the ammo and everything. So we're good to go. That's why you save up a lot of ammo for the Matilda. And also, if you're going into that fight and you don't have a lot of ammo for the Matilda, if you've noticed, I've been picking up a ton of gunpowders along the way. So feel free to craft some handgun ammo, because make sure you have enough there to go through it. I had a full stack and almost ran out. Now, I could have used the grenade more, or I could have... what was the other thing? I could have used the flamethrower a bit earlier. It doesn't really matter in that regard, just as long as you're comfortable. I'm going to get a first aid healed out. I'm not going to use a good one. I will use a first aid spray, though. Because I still have that status effect, but my health is low enough to justify a first aid spray. Like I said, we're going to have enough. And I don't want to be moving slow through this whole section anyway, so... So if you outrun Ada there, she'll just skip to being at the cart, which is a nice touch. I'm glad I don't have to worry about that as well as everything else.
Let me carry you.
So if I get right here, skip, I can beat her to the cart, run down here, and boom, we're good to go. And then if you're really fast, her second line of dialogue will get cut off by the train.
This tram is bound for Nest.
Like that.
Do not exit until the final destination.
If you run into the cart really quick. Just a little annoying trick. You get the wristband. Alright, we are now at 1 hour, 11 minutes. Getting to Nest, by the way, if you're doing this for like the S plus rank, I think it's 2 hours on the A mode. So if you're down here by like an hour 30, maybe pushing it, an hour 25, you're definitely good. I'm down here in an hour 11, and I'm more than happy with that. Like I said, my goal is an hour 40. I can definitely finish the game in 30 minutes. I'm happy with that. This is going fantastic. I'm very glad of all this. So here's what I do here. Obviously, you have to bring the wristband, but I get rid of everything else besides... I'm getting the shotgun back out. I am getting the shells back out. And that's it. Shotgun, shells, and then wristband because you have to. Like I said, that little tap aim makes you just a little bit faster. At least I know it does with the handgun. I imagine it does on the shotgun. Either way, it's close enough to not matter. But it's something to do while walking staircases in this game. Sometimes you'll get in a rhythm of it. You will like glide up and down staircases. So... I'm thinking in my head how I want to go through all this. You can do this on your way in or out, doesn't matter, but I'll do it now. Grab these shotgun shells. It's the only thing we need in this room. As Claire, it's more important, but as Leon, that's all we need in there. We then do this. This room, as soon as we enter it, we want to shoot straight to the right. Grab a hand grenade. And then we sprint back over here, grab this flamer fuel, grab this handgun, and if you do this fast enough, they won't stand up in time to grab you. Grab that handgun ammo, and then get up the ladder. That's all we need in there, we're done. Forever, we're not coming back. This is one of the worst zombies in the whole game I'm about to run into, because he can be anywhere. I jump down right here, grab the large gunpowder, and grab the knife, which is right here. And then, watch this. He can be anywhere. He could be the left or the right of the door. I don't know. He's to the left. And... Yeah, what's cool, the bullet will always go where your reticle's aiming, so you can aim it straight up like I did, but since the reticle's on him, it still hits. It's hilarious. Grab that, and then we grab the upgrade right there. And then if you'll notice, my inventory is completely full. That's why I only brought the shotgun, the ammo, and the wristband. Because all this stuff's going to be useful in some way or the other. If you get hurt at any point through here too, like if you get hurt by that guy walking out, or you accidentally let some out of that room, which I have, you can go in that room on the right and get yourself a heal so you don't have to limp all the way to the labs, which is useful. The labs are also going to be very stressful. the whole dealing with the IVs, it's not fun, especially when Mr. X is right behind you. I've had some runs end right here, and this one still might, but we'll see. So run in, all's good. Ba-da-boop. You know, every time I play this game, I'm like, this is the worst use of space I could possibly imagine. Like, think of all the stuff you could put here, especially because it's a secret base, and they had to make it the most ridiculously robust thing ever. It's annoying. Alright, so to suit up, to go into the Ivy's realm, we do this. There's also a gunpowder there if you need it, but we won't. First of all, I'm going to get rid of that, and the knife, and the handgun ammo. I'm going to go ahead, and so that I don't forget to do it later, I'm going to grab the flamethrower. I'm going to do this. I'm going to put the regulator on there, and then I'm also going to go ahead and load it. You should never need to reload the flamethrower beyond that, if I remember correctly. I'm going to get rid of that. I'm going to bring a bad knife. And then let me make sure I'm remembering correctly. That should be it. Shotgun, ammo, bad knife. Yes. Okay. Alright. Shotgun, ammo, bad knife. Yeah. Alright. So, go through here. We grab this yellow gunpowder. This guy's going to stand up. Shoot one of the bulbs. Shotgun is like a 90% chance to stagger them if you don't hit a bulb, so you'll pretty much always be good. Grab that flashbang on the table, and then this. Again, I don't bring a lot because I pick up a lot. Skip that. And then sometimes I forget these passwords. If I remember correctly, it is 3123. Should be one of them. And then this is the one I forget a lot. It should be 0267. Oh boy, 2067. Okay, yes, 2067. Man, I was afraid I'd have to like look it up or lose a bunch of time there, but we're good. Nice. Alright, so that was both the passwords. I grabbed this red one right here. Shouldn't be any IVs on the way in. There will be some on the way out. Alright, so I grab this large and combine it with that, because this is what we want to be doing, making shotgun shells, and then I stack those. So we got more inventory room as well. Grab the hand grenade over here. Which also, let me add, if you're really scared of the IVs, which is understandable, and you want to bring like another hand grenade beforehand, that's fine, because you're going to have to grab that one there anyway, and you can just make a stack. So, it's all good. Alright, here's the super simple trick to remember how to do this. Start at red, and then just go from right to left. So I went red, green, then blue, red, green, blue, red, green. You just do it twice. And then, would you look at that? It's the perfect amount every time. So start in the middle, and then just work your way towards the left twice, and you're good. 3 times technically, but 2.5. Very quick and easy way to remember it. On the B scenario, it's different. I think you work your way just left to right, or right to left 3 times, just normally. I can't remember exactly, but that's how you do it for the A scenario. So as I come out, there's going to be 1, maybe 2 IVs. Alright, just 1. So as before, shoot him in the bowl. Oh, I goofed. That's why I brought the bad knife, for that reason. But I goofed. Man, Ivies are a lot easier to deal with Claire. We need the flamethrower rounds with Leon, so we need them for the boss fight. So we can't be using them on Ivy, so it's easier to shoot them and run by. With Claire, you can use the grenade launcher and burn them. But the reason I bought the bad knife is because I goofed there and I missed him entirely and just like barely nicked him, which I got talking and wasn't thinking about it. But that's why you always bring a bad knife for this stuff, because if you don't know, Ivies are an instant kill. There's no recovery, there's no way to do it, and I've gone an hour and 18 minutes without saving. So because I brought that bad knife, I didn't have to waste a grenade or end the run. So always bring bad knives. Grab the gunpowder there. That may actually work out because I may need more room for shotgun shells depending on how this next part goes. So it may have been a blessing in disguise that I got rid of it. Yeah, so that's already overrunning, but I'm going to spend some right here. These three are the only ones in the room that'll get back up whenever we come through here. And I'll show you why we want to kill them right here. Alright, so grab this and then combine it with that red plant we had to have a heal. Alright. Learning to play this was the most stressful part in the entire game for me. Now the Mr. X part in the RPD is, but this is still not fun. So what we want to do, there's a liquor that's going to come through, two of them are going to come through the ceiling. And we have to bait them. So here's how we'll do it. I'm going to stop. I'm going to slowly walk to like the corner. Because if I walk too far, he'll see me. Alright, so, and then there's the second one. The way they're standing still, they do see me. Oh no, oh no, oh no, oh no. Alright, we have a flashbang. I'm going to throw it. He's going to start swinging wildly. He may hit me. Alright, sprint, sprint, sprint! Alright, that didn't go smoothly. What happened is I'm standing too close. What you want to happen is the second one comes down and they both hover there. And then you can get their attention and kind of lead them away by walking. That's not what happened. What happened is I stood too close, the top one grabbed me, so I had to throw that flash and run. Good thing I picked up that flash earlier. Anyway, alright. So, that could have been more graceful, but we got through it. So now in here, these zombies are going to cause a problem, so I will make sure that they do not. Like that. Run upstairs quicker. A guy's going to drop right here. Not anymore. And then at the top of the stairs, here's how I do this part. There is a special gunpowder here. I go ahead and combine it because there's no better reason to have these. I do that. I grab this. And because I use that flashbang, I can actually pick up this handgun ammo here. Even though I don't think I'll need it, I mean, might as well. There's no reason to unlock that door to go back into the safe room because there's just not a reason to. And then, you remember those 3 zombies I killed earlier? That's the reason I killed them is because if I come down here, and they're not dead, they'll all stand up as I'm trying to walk past these liquors. And the zombies don't care how loud you are; they'll still see you and come at you. So it's pretty much impossible if you don't put those guys down early. So I try to walk by these liquors. Password to this one is Murph. So Murph. Go ahead and turn on the power. Alright, so as long as they're both coming on the same side, that's fine. We can work with that, because now I can go around the right side. Where you get into trouble is when they both are coming on separate sides. Then you have to, like, shoot one and throw a grenade, and you have to try to kill them on hardcore, which isn't fun. But if they both come one direction like that, you're fine. A lot of chance with that part. But it's good, because now we're in the low temp testing labs.
Welcome back, Dr. Lee.
Welcome back, Dr. Lee. So now I can go freeze the serum.
Who left the freezer?
Freezer open. You can put that in there. And then skip. And then get that out. So we froze the serum.
Cooling complete.
Alright. So now the two guys are still out there. But it shouldn't be a problem because we're going to do it like this. I'm thinking about my inventory. I should be fine. I'm going to start walking because if this door's open and you're running, they'll hear you. They should both be respawned back over here. And as I walk by, they'll get my attention. Normally, I do not go into this room to the right. However, I am so paranoid because I lost that knife that I'm gonna mess up and get grabbed by them again. The Ivies, and I'm gonna walk in here. I'm gonna grab this knife, and then while I'm at it, I don't need the burner fuel, and I don't need that. Yeah, so I'm just gonna walk it back out. I know I could like start putting stuff over in the box, but just to prove to you that you don't need all the ammo, I'm doing that. Like I said, only reason I went there was to grab that knife, because I'm scared. Anyway, but I don't have to worry about them anymore, so I can just walk up, but there will be Ivies right here. There will be two on this walkway normally. Whenever they turn... Alright, whenever they make that shriek and the orange pops, you can run by them. You're fine. Alright, so there's only one that time, which is good. Top off. Alright. Put that in there. So now we get to deal with this awful part. This is entirely RNG based. They will be lying in random locations, and depending on where they're lying determines if this part's going to be a cakewalk or a nightmare. Alright, so here's how we do this. We sprint over here, and we get this, and as soon as we do this, X pops in and they all wake up. So turn around, start running. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Woo! That was close. You may want to throw a flashbang or something there. There were 3 of them at once. Did you see that? So X is right on our tail, and there's 2 in this room. Alright, shoot him. Shoot him. That was close. I was afraid that other guy was going to recover, but we're good. We're good. That was a really good Ivy room for me. So now we're done. We have the level 4 key card. We can get to the final Birken fight, and it is an hour 24 minutes, which is pretty good. If you're like an hour 40, you can definitely get under 2 hours at this point. Now, I used to, and again, if you're like anywhere near me, if you're like an hour 30, hour 35 or whatever, and you're worried about the Birken fight, which is understandable, especially if it's one of your first times doing it, go that way. And use the, what's it called, the signal modulator to get the inventory upgrade. But as you're going to see, I'm not going to need it, assuming I don't die. I shouldn't need it, and you shouldn't either, so. But if you want to feel better about yourself, which is fine, go grab it. Otherwise, signal here is OSS. No, not the grenade. Don't put the grenade in the box. And then I can go ahead and... We're never going to use that again, so I'm going to store it. I don't like to think about everything in my inventory until I'm to a place where I should be thinking about it. So, rather than like mess with it twice, I don't touch the inventory boxes that aren't like getting ready for a boss fight or a new area. Alright, so we're getting through here. Recording still looks like it's going good. I mean, if... You know, it's not, you'll never see this anyway, so it doesn't matter, but it is what it is. Go right here. Grab that.
Alright, now back to Ada.
Starts the end of the game. Then now, I grab that. Grab that. And then I grab this. And I'll go ahead and combine it to make that. Alright, so here's our loadout for the Birken fight. We're not bringing the Matilda, we're bringing the shotgun, a full stack of ammo. And just to show you how many, like, I don't need to build this right here, I'm just doing it for no reason. But you've got plenty of material to work with. I bring a knife, I bring grenades, I bring the flamethrower. If I can get to it. And then it's up to you if you want to bring flashbangs, more shotgun shells, or what. It's entirely your own. I think I'll bring another heal, actually. No, here's what I'll do. Like I said, I like to go into fights with full heals, and I should have enough equipment here. So what I'm going to do is, I'm going to put that in my inventory. I'm going to see if I have any other hand grenades, which I do. I can spare hand grenades, so I'm going to make that a full stack. And then, yeah, so I want to go back to where the first aid is. And then remember how I like to enter fights with the boost? I'm going to use one so that I can enter the fight with a boost, because as you can see, that's plenty of healing material. And I'm going to bring another first aid spray. So my loadout is shotgun, a stack of ammo for it, also gun loaded up. Chemical flamethrower, 4 rounds away from being loaded up, so loaded up. A knife, we're going to need the knife, 2 heals, and grenades. And obviously the wristband. So that should get us done. So here we go. Immediately, pop this eye, if you can, then run behind him. He'll do that little hop back, but you should be fine. Pop that eye. And then pop that eye if you can. He'll do that reach. If you get around him, you should be fine. He'll do that smack, which I was too dumb to dodge. Alright, so once he does that, and he drops down, that's the stage 1 of him done. You gotta pop all the eyes. If I knife the eyes that pop out, it actually does damage to him quicker and makes him end quicker. If I stand behind him and stand just right, I will knife both of his arms and his back at once, and it'll actually end up doing more damage without ending the phase. So, equip the knife, I do this. And if you look, I'm hitting him 3 times. I'm hitting him in the arms, I'm hitting him in the back. And this is doing more damage than like knifing the front. Alright, so then he will go back. I normally throw a grenade at this point, just for good measure. Alright, he's going to do this cycle. It's going to end with his left arm down, which means I can shoot it. Popped it. Pop that, and then there's one on the back. Whoop. Yeah, he gets a bit more upset in this stage of the fight. But it's okay, because I have a bunch of heals, so I'm going to use the first aid spray. I'm going to try to run behind him, which seems to have worked. And I want to get that spot on his back. Alright, there we go. Alright, so that's the second stage done. We're not going to knife this time. Instead, we're going to use the flamethrower, and we should be able to dump a lot of damage into him. What I do want to mention, if you're doing this, whenever he pounces and whenever he throws his hands down, he's about to do the pounce attack, run towards him. If you run away, he'll get you every time. If you run towards him, he won't catch you. So now that he's up for damage, flamethrower, and we're just gonna immolate him, just not taking our finger off the trigger. Because like the flamethrower, it also does damage lingering, but it does even more damage as you're holding it on. So when he's in that weak state where he takes a lot, and then you just do this, you'll see. He's going to walk over to one of the big support beams and tear it down, which is an animation you can't mess with. That's flamethrower round. I'll just reload it, why not, but I'm not going to need it. And then he should be dead in just a moment. Just keep touching up the flames as he's wildly swinging. And he should die any second now. There we go. Dead. Nice. And that's the hardcore Birken fight done. Only had to use 1 heal. I don't need to pick up a ton of stuff here, but I do need to pick up stun grenades for a very important reason that I will explain. Stun grenades are really all I need to pick up, though. I'm looking at the map to see what else is in here. I also like to... oh, yeah. The shotgun, not going to need it. So just discard that. We're done with the shotgun for good. Well, we're done with ammo for good. You'll see what I mean. Is that flamer fuel? No, it's first aid spray. Not going to need it. I like to have a full stack of pistol ammo. And 50 rounds will more than do me because there's 25. There's a pickup for 25 at the end. I do want this other grenade because the throwables are going to be really useful. Actually, I think I have full stacks of grenades, so that's not going to matter anyway, but whatever. And then I want to grab that flash, like that. We're good to go. Alright, so we do the whole cutscene here. We run through. Keep running, and running. Recording still looks good and everything. I haven't checked time yet. I don't know where we're at. And then we skip through the whole Ada thing. After she opens up the elevator, of course. And then 10-minute countdown begins. That 10 minutes doesn't stop unless you go into the inventory. And as I mentioned, going into the inventory doesn't stop the game. So it's like 10-ish minutes. But we are at an hour 31, which is pretty good. I don't think I'm going to beat my best of an hour 36. But it'll be close, probably. It'll definitely be under, like, that timer, 9 minutes and 30 seconds. I normally have, like, 4 or 5 minutes left on the timer. So, I feel like, you know, knock on wood, assuming this final fight goes good, it's not going to be below 140. I mean, it will be below 140 if all goes well, but, you know, don't count your chickens before they hatch. Alright. So the only thing you have to worry about at this part, as Leon, Claire's a little different, is the IVs. So I've got I've got enough sub-weapon stuff. I've got the grenades and the flashbangs and all that. So here's how we're going to do this. We should only need to shoot 2 of them, which is why I got rid of the shotgun ammo, and the shotgun has 7 rounds. This first IV, don't need to worry about him. The second IV, we do need to worry about. Alright, we're good. Run by. And then we got to shoot this one. Run by. And we're done. Other than the final boss fight, that's the last people we have to fight in the whole game. So, very cool. We come down here. Well, not counting the 4 at the end, but we'll have a rocket launcher. That's different. Mr. X drops down. We lure him around here. Make sure he goes to the left so we can go right. We push through here. Good thing for Leon, this door was unlocked, or that'd be bad. Don't worry about that guy on the left. Just keep running. Run through here. Run to your right. Skip. And then round this way. Yep. Alright, we're now kitting out for the final boss fight, and I gotta think. I don't bring the shotgun, because honestly it's pointless, and those spots are better spent on healing and throwables, for as I'll explain. I bring the Matilda to whittle down his health, because for those that don't know, all you have to do is stay on the platform for 1.5 minutes with him, and then Ada kicks down the rocket launcher. All that doing damage to him does is makes it quicker to kill him with the rocket launcher, and it also stumbles him. That's all you have to worry about. Stumbling him and surviving for 1.5 minutes. So, you don't need to bring, like, flamethrowers or shotguns or damaging weapons. You just want to bring stuff to stumble him and kind of chip at him so he doesn't charge you all the time. So I'm going to bring the Matilda. I'm going to bring a full stack of flashes, a full stack of grenades, and then a lot of heals. And you have to bring the big turbo generator battery thing, which takes up 2 inventory slots. So I will show you what that looks like. Put away this. So get rid of that. Bye. You two were good to me, but I'm never going to use you again, at least in this playthrough. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and top this off, because over here is 25 rounds. So that makes 56. This is the part, I'll explain in a second why I'm afraid of this part. The knife isn't going to do us any good. And then I just load up on heals, because he can, like, his attacks are hard to dodge a lot. So, and look at all these heals. So I'm going to bring 1, 2, do I have another first aid? No. And then I'm going to craft one because I'm going to show you right here. As you can see, I've gotten the material to craft way more if I needed to, but it doesn't matter now. And then do I have any... It doesn't matter, but just for sake of reciprocity, yeah, I do have more handgun ammo. And then, so make a full stack. You can use the gunpowder too if you want. I'm going to do the thing... there's also a red herb next to the crate if you need a red herb for whatever reason. I'm going to do the thing I always do, which is pop a full heal before the fight so that I take reduced damage, because it's going to go a long way. So I'm going to pop that, and then I'm going to have 3 heals. If I die with 3 heals, I have bigger problems than the game. So, pop that, grab the big battery, and we're donezo, on the way. I want to explain this too about the final Tyrant boss fight, or Mr. X boss fight. This is, and the reason I'm a little nervous now, it's the first time I've ever done this for a video. This is the spot that I have died more than anything else. And I always bring ammo, I always bring heals, it's not that. Mr. X has one attack. He will scream like that, he will stick his claw into the ground, and he will sprint at you. On hardcore mode, if he touches you while he's doing that, it is an instant kill every time. There's no counter. There's no counter weapon. You're not fast enough to dodge it. He will reach and grab you. It is a one-hit kill with auto lock. It is absurd. Literally, the one way to stop it is with an explosive weapon. Maybe if you land a shotgun on his heart, the critical spot, it'll also do it. But the only surefire way to do it is to take either a flashbang or a grenade and throw it before he starts running. By the time he's running, it's too late. You're just done. You better hope that there's a big enough distance he runs out of the animation first. But that's the reason I forego the shotgun and flamethrower to bring a full stack of flashes and a full stack of grenades. Because I'm not kidding, I have died here more than anything else. At the beginning of the fight, you're going to see him do the scream. But he won't do it at the beginning. But anytime after that he does that scream, he's about to do it. So what you'll see me do in the fight is I'll whittle health, and whenever he stops to switch attack cycles, I'll pull the grenade and just be waiting for it because I'm so paranoid. Just letting you know that before we get into it. So let's go. Alright. That's the scream right there. That's the scream that I'm going to be dreading for the rest of the fight. His attacks, if you're running to the side, are pretty easy to dodge. But like I said, whenever I get range, there's a chance he'll do the insta-kill run, which is so cheap. That jump isn't it. The jump you can just move to the side and get away from. That one's fine. I try to shoot him in that heart. Because that can also stumble him. And like I said, it makes him quicker to die with the rocket launcher. Because you want to make sure you have one rocket launcher blast for those zombies in the end. I think if you do 0 damage to him, it takes all 4 shots. But I'm not sure about that. You see how weird that reach was on that one? Right. That's the jump. He'll either do the jump or the run. The run's what I'm afraid of. He may do the run here. I'm going to throw the flashbang preemptively. Yep, he was doing the run. He was gearing up to do the yell. Ah, man, that was... Whew, I'm paranoid of him doing that charge. You don't understand. Killed more runs than anything else. I'm going to throw it anyway, why not? He'll also sometimes do the run from not far away, and that is so scary every time he does. Because you got moments. Just going to go and throw it. Yep, there's the run. There's the run. I should have thrown it soon enough. I did. Did you see how he stuck his claw into the ground? Yeah, that's what I'm afraid of. The rest of the fight's pretty easy because you just have to stay alive. But that run, man, it's so weird that he has that pattern. Okay. Here we go. End of the fight. Just got to dodge him once. Pick this up. And then shoot him twice. Should be twice. It's normally twice for me. Oh, it's 3 this time. Okay. I didn't do enough damage to him to the fight for it to be 2, but that's fine. 3's fine because I just need the 1 shot for this move. As I'm running out, fired at the door, I'm home free. And that's it. That's in game. All right, we're done. We're done. Run complete. Let's see what the final. Oh, I'm nervous. What's the final time? I think exactly. My record is 136.41, 42. It's 136.40 something. Oh man, I'm nervous. Oh boy. Oh boy. Okay, alright. I knew it'd be close, and it was. It was within a minute. This is 40 seconds slower than my record. But it's still 137, which for me is good. I started out this journey not able to get S+, which means you have to be under 2 hours. And that's with 3 saves. You can retry the game in up to 3 sections. But there we go, and that is it. That is a Leon Kennedy hardcore, no save, no death, S+, which means you don't use any of the bonus or new game plus weapons. So it's new game, 1 hour, 37 minutes, and 27 seconds. My pseudo speedrun, or speedrun for me. I hope that you all enjoyed. My voice is a little dry because I've been talking this whole time nonstop. But I had a fantastic time. And what I hope this serves to do is, as I do like charity runs for this kind of thing and get faster and better at it and live stream it, I want this to serve, like whenever you watch that video and you see me run out the door where the bookcase is supposed to fall when the detonator goes off, like we can talk about everything else and you'll know, oh, well, he's doing that because of this. And this is kind of like a guide for that. And like I said, Winda Gaming is like a side project. I love doing this. It's something literally just for fun. And if I can use it for something like charity, something a bit bigger than myself, then that would be fantastic. And that would really be fun for me to like give back in some way, as you guys have given to me so much with your views and your time. But I want this to kind of serve as the baseline for that. So an hour, 37 minutes, and 27 seconds. That is Leon S. Kennedy, hardcore. I'm happy. That went really well. That was a really good run for my first time recording this. And I'm kind of proud of myself right now. Pat on the back. But thank you guys so much for watching. Above all else, thank you for just the time and the energy. If you've stuck around this long in the video, you are just so near and dear to my heart, for not only watching everything I do on the main channel, but to watch something as ridiculous as this for as long as this. It really does mean a lot. Thank you for that. I'm trying to think on the main channel. Well, I talk about over there. I've got content on the way. For this channel, like I said, I have plans for charities and live streams coming up soon. I actually recently purchased Kayla, my girlfriend that a lot of you know, an Xbox so that we can do cooperative things for the channel. And also, I recently picked up this. I've played them before, never owned one, but I picked it up so that I can do like play Smash, like party games and stuff like that with friends. Other stuff I think would be fun from the channel. And this is all thanks to you guys, just your support and your time and everything. And me being able to do stuff like this, to talk about stuff like this, is all thanks to you guys. Like, I'm looking in the camera, like, that one, yeah, look at that, like, look at that. I'm so happy with that, and thank you all for being here. Thank you for sticking with it, and it really does mean the most. So I will say once again, there will be more of this in the future. I hope you enjoyed now, but either way, I just want to say thank you for watching. I hope that you enjoyed, and I will see you in the next one. Bye!